This is my version of the spaceship that was based on the blueprint that was released by the Keshe Foundation. So the two rings inside are actually double coiled. Your size is actually small one would be 243 coils, 243 turns on the coil, and the big one is 360. The 6 cones shape inside and the 12 ones outside are also double, and the size of the wire when I cut them are 21 inches, and the outside one, the bigger one, is actually 31.5. So there's also 4 that's actually this one in the middle, this one, that one, and another one. So those 4 ones are I have no idea what size they are, and if I can show you how they end up looking like, it's actually like this. It just turned out that way. I have no idea why I have to turn it into a loop like that and go that way. Anyway, so let me put it back, and okay, hold on. Okay, so if you notice, I actually have this and coils that are straight going up, and the reason they're like that is I have no idea how to hook it up. This one here is actually the star formation, and that's part of the reactor, and there's one here, and if I can show you the bottom, there's actually 3 on the bottom, so that's the star formation for the reactor design. And the way I did it is the gravitational, which is actually the bigger one, is horizontal, and that's so it will obtain lift and motion. And if you notice, I'm using this coil here. They're nano-coated. They're by steam and bath, and also it's soaked in GANs, mixed up GANs, the 3 GANSes. Again, this one here, I have no clue on how to hook it up, so it's just like that for now. If anyone can give me detailed information on how to do it, it would be greatly appreciated. So this is actually, the star formation seems to be far apart from each other, and I know that it's probably should be closer together here, but for now I have no clue on what to do. I probably have to drill some holes here on the container, and then I'm going to change it. For now, it seems to be working fine for me. If you notice, there's actually a big hole here. The reason is, originally I saw Mr. Keshe workshop where he was telling Renan to actually put this smaller coil below the other ones. So I drilled and cut that bottom one, and I was putting it underneath, and somehow it changed, and now it wanted it to be higher, or I wanted it to be higher. Part of the reason is because when I was working on this, originally when I set it up with my sister, we were actually doing it on the floor, and when it was on the floor, what was happening is it was generating energy, and the energy coming out is creating like a dome kind shape, which is only about 8 to 12 inches. And so I figure if I can stand this up, then it's probably the dome is going to be higher. And since I end up with these 4 poles, and this thing is a little bit higher, it's about 4 feet tall, all in all. So again, the plasma that's being emitted is much higher, much higher than 4 feet. When before it was only like about 8 to 12 inches. If you look, you will actually see the energy or the plasma is coming out from each and every tip, on each tip of the coil, the wire. And I have not tried and measure how far it extends horizontally and vertically. It's very obvious that there is discoloration on the copper that was nano-coated. We actually nano-coated it used by fire using torch. We did it. We torched it 3 times, and when we first did it, the result was actually black blue color, which is a very high, which is emitting very high energy frequency, and you could actually feel it. But after working on it and setting it up, it seems to have discolored, and I have no idea why. I might try to re-coat it and torch it again. If I can show you what it is just a minute. I actually use this one here, the self-lighting torch kit. This is about $12 or so at Home Depot or Menards. If you just buy the canister and go to Home Depot, that's about it's not much. It's really small, but it's only $2.95 for the canister. And we actually end up for this one coil in the middle, you actually end up, if you use it, if you do three times, if you torch it 3 times, you're actually going to use up 1 canister. So it's a lot. I have 3 more canisters so far, and I usually wait for it to go on sale or something. Another thing, if you notice, when I first did when I first did all of this, we were actually, my sister was doing all the twisting and the turning, and we tried to make it perfect, and it was so perfect. But after you torch it and it goes through the heat, it end up being soft, and somehow it get deformed or something. Well, I shouldn't really use that word. It changes shape because it's now softer than before. So what else can I say? I was gonna talk about the energy that's coming out of it. What it does is I think it's safe to say that because of the plasma that's being emitted or created with this, it actually reacts with your own plasma inside your body, and the if we can talk about communication, what it is it's almost like telepathic communication. You don't hear something. You just it's like being sent to you. You don't hear a voice. It's sent to you through your mind. It's almost like just knowing. So my experience with the GANs and nanocoding and plasma and all this actually started manifesting and getting weird back in January. I was actually the room actually ended up having this sort of a lightning thing all over. It's like so many thousands of lightning in the room, but it's not just the silver lightning. It's actually speckled with gold, little gold